welcome to my first ever market update. For this one, we're going to be going ahead and taking a look at what the market trend is in the city of Merced. So, without further ado, let's take a look.
Okay, let's start off with the total number of homes sold in Merced for July. Well, actually for the year of 2023. Let's just take a look at what it looks like. As you can see here, January, only 12 sold in Merced. I guess we started off slow. Slowly started to pick up here. February, March, April. Took a little bit of a dive in May. Picked right up in June. Look at that. Big jump from 49 to 73. And finally July, this last month, we had some good activity there with 95. Moving on to the next slide. Here we have the prices sold in Merced for 2023. So let's just take a quick look. The green is represented by what the highest price was for any given month. The blue is the median and the red is the low. I just kind of like to keep track of these just to kind of see what the market is telling us about each property. The high being the most coveted properties out there and the most expensive in the markets. The blue being the average or the middle of the pack, and then the red being those properties that might be needing some work, have deferred maintenance, stuff like that. So as you can see here, the green started off a little low compared to the rest of the months, but slowly starts to pick up again in February, March, April. Now that we're in the summer, maybe take a little dip here in June, but it's picking right back up. Let's go to the median. Now median usually tends to stay pretty level, as you can see here, and it usually tends to stay that way when it's a good market. So let's see, we started off at 417 in January, and where are we now in July? 425. Not too bad. I mean, as you can see, the prices have been going up little by little. It's just inching little by little, but that's how real estate works. Get the appreciation little by little and you don't even notice it, then bam, you've already gone 10% by the end of the year. All right, let's move on to the red. Now these properties are the ones that might need some maintenance, like those fix and flips. These are the ones that investors usually go after. All right, let's take a look. 290. So 290 is not too bad in an area in Merced. Started off high. Ooh, now this is looking interesting. Took a dip in February. 116. Pretty cheap. Alright, 170, 180, 220, 155, and 150 finally in July. So from the beginning of the year to current month, with July, it's gone down, meaning the investors, this is what the investors are looking for. You're waiting for it to go down. If you're looking to fix or flip properties, then right now might be a good time for you. This is a good price point right here, 150. So like I said, this one is just indicative of what the market is like in any given market. Let's move on to the next slide. Now we have days on market. This one's pretty straightforward. This just means how many days it takes to sell any type of property or certain type of properties. However long it's been on the market, that's what the days on market is. Pretty straightforward. All right, let's take a look. As always, the green represents the high, the blue is the average, and the red is the low. So usually, the higher the number, the less desirable, or it's depicted as the less desirable that a property is, which is what you want to avoid, I guess, as a seller. So 159 days in January. Wow, that's pretty up. 189 February, keeps going up. April, whew, big rise in April, and then big dip in May. Wow, big dip in May. All right, 228 for June, and then July 263 days total. Wow, that's the highest that it took for a house to sell in July. That's crazy. All right, well, usually the one that we're gonna be looking at, and it's is for most houses out there, it's gonna be the average. The average kind of tells us where each home, if it's priced right, on average, how long it's gonna take. So let's go ahead and take a look. January, 65 days. February, 47 days. March, 48 days. So it's been pretty level from February to March to April. And little by little, as you can tell, now it's starting to fall off a bit, which is indicative of what the market is looking like. We have low inventory, meaning these houses are flying off the market. Look at that. In May, 38. In June, 29 days. July, it's picking up a little bit more. Not too bad, another 38 days. But from January to July, it's taking a big dip in those days on market. So let's see if this continues throughout the year. The lowest it's been for the year. Usually these are anywhere from 0 to like 5-ish, I would say, maybe less. Usually 0, just because once a house comes out on the market that everybody loves, people are fighting for it, and it usually does not last long. As you can see, 0, 1, 0, 0, basically zeros across the board. And those are the ones that are priced right, have the best looking houses usually at a great price, and the ones that everybody's fighting for. So, all right, that does it for this slide. Let's move on to the next. All right, our last slide. Here we go. This is the price per square foot. Now, why do we track price per square foot? Well, usually price per square foot can give you somewhat of an idea, a starting point, we'll call it, to how much a house could be worth, just based off of basically your square footage. So I usually track this just to kind of give me an idea of what I'm working with, and then obviously these doesn't take into consideration any deficiencies, any upgrades, stuff like pools, maybe new AC, a renovated kitchen, stuff like that. Does not include. It's just primarily off of the square foot. So let's take a look. January, what was the highest square foot? The price point for square foot on January, 488, which is pretty high. So somebody paid a premium for that house. Whether it was worth it or not, we don't know. But these are the highs. Usually pay the premium, which, if you can see, has been going down since January, all through February, March, April, picking up again in May, and then June and July stayed pretty consistent. So, okay. Now let's look at the median. This is usually where most of the houses are going to be. Any average home is going to be in the median. So this is the middle of the pack. Let's take a look. $257 per square foot. That's pretty good. Pretty good in Merced. Pretty good in Merced. So let's keep going. 228. Stayed pretty constant there. 241. 240. 249. And finally, for the month of July, 250. All right. So, I mean, if you have a home somewhere in Merced and you kind of want to take a look at what your home, just off of square footage and nothing else, let's give you a good starting point as to what it could be worth. Obviously, as I said earlier, this doesn't include any amenities that you might have at your home, any upgrades, or any deficiencies, any maintenance that might be required. That might be where the low end might be, right there. So Usually these are the houses that need fixing, and they usually sell for less just because, I mean, it takes a good amount of money to get them fixed up and ready to go, right? So let's take a look. 184. Ooh, took a big dip in February right there. 130, 126 for March, 155 for April, 145 for May, 154 for June. Ooh, right there, July, 93. Took a big dip right there. That's expected though. I mean, a lot of these houses that are fixers, they need a lot of work. So this right here, this 93 right here, that's probably an investor's dream right there. They're looking for a deal, and they probably got one. All right, so that does it for the graphs today.
Okay, so that does it for the market update today. I will be doing a market update every week on different cities. So hope to catch you on the next one. Bye.